Good morning, Forex traders, and welcome to a new episode of the weekly Forex Outlook. This is your host, Sharif Bhat, founder of trendfollowingformula.com. In the weekly Outlook, we will go through the weekly calendar to get a clear vision for the financial week's terrain. We will then take a look at markets structure, viewing price action and correlation across currencies, commodities, and stocks. Finally, we will conclude with TFF's bullish and bearish list for explosive markets that we can easily consume with minimum confrontation and the maximum profit. So with no further ado, let's listen to this week's Outlook.
Traders, this is Sharif Bhat from Trend Following Formula. Today is Thursday, the 16th of February 2017. It's 8 a.m. here in Cardiff. Through the past few days, while we were publishing, I'm sure that you noticed our opinion in relation to Forex markets. We are not very positive into getting into the Forex markets, like majority of the Forex pairs in the current time. And the result and the reason for this, as we mentioned, is the dollar index. Dollar index have been in a very strong uptrend on the daily, then it went in a sideway while the when President Trump entered to the office, then it started to decline for about a month after his taking office. And while ago, about a week ago, the market started to create a bottom around the 100 area and the 100 level, and then a rally started to happen, and we broke a previous high on a little downtrend, which lasted for about a month and a half since the President Trump took an office. Breaking that downtrend made us just really in a moment of like we had to have a confirmation if this trend going to we already understood that little downtrend, which lasted for 2 months, have ended, and now we are in like a reversal area, which you cannot ever decide is it going to continue up or something gonna happen and it breaks down. This area is a moment of decision, and usually there is a balance between the bulls and bears in that, and that is usually usually creates the sideway trading range, which is not the best thing really to get in, as I mentioned, because it doesn't really yield so many pips if you are gonna trade. And because of that dollar index, because of the nature of that currency and the effect that it carries across all other currencies, you will find the same stagnation happen in all currencies at the minute. If we will have a look at the chart very quickly, maybe let's have a look at the calendar first. Today is a very particular day. We have 5 news coming, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers coming on the US dollar, plus 1 the federal Yellen from the federal American Federal Reserve is going to speak. So today is a very packed day, and such a day could present some sort of reversal. Usually market reverses around Wednesday in the middle of the week, so we need to be very, very alert in relation to that. Yesterday we mentioned that this is going to happen, so be aware of that. If we move quickly to the chart, we will discover that we will notice that the dollar index, as we mentioned, it was in the down channel and we broke it out. We are now out of that channel. We broke it up, and we broke so many things with this. We broke that downtrend structure. So once we broke a downtrend structure, as we always mention, we start as we always say, we break, we start sideways. Once we do that, we start a sideways move. We don't know what's gonna happen. Usually it should actually resolve in a continuation on the upper side. However, the sideways movement, it could be actually catastrophic, because if you got used to sell the lows and breakouts, or sell the highs in a downtrend, in a sideways you cannot apply the same strategy. Plus, we cannot really confirm that this is gonna become the top of the range, because we don't see a range yet emerging. We cannot see a confirmation of a range. That's why such a phenomena is not really the best. You don't know what is the prevailing direction that you have to join. Bulls and bears are equal, actually, in strength and in conviction in relation to the market. If we jump on, for example, the EURUSD, if we have a look at the EURUSD, you see the EURUSD as well is doing the same thing. The market went in an uptrend. It was a very nice uptrend. We got a confirmation for that uptrend in 60%. After 60% have actually been built, so we were able to trade that period or that area successfully. However, now we broke a previous low here. So we started to create as well that area which we don't know what is going to happen in. Is it like a downtrend or it's an uptrend? Certainly in every uptrend or downtrend there are other internal or trends on the lower time frame, but we need to always trade in the direction of the higher frame trend, because any other trend which develops on lower time frame, we consider these as corrections. You need to look at the structure of that and understand if this is realistically really a correction. However, they, like 80% of the time, they are corrections. In this case, on the daily chart, we have an uptrend. We had a correction, like a counter move happening. However, this is not a correction anymore, because it broke a previous low. And if you look at that, that's a correction, because it never breaks previous low. So in this case, we have a potential reversal for the market. Certainly you can trade that on the lower time frame. As we mentioned yesterday, we started to actually recommend selling the US dollar. We recommended yesterday selling the US dollar. In yesterday's episode, if you go back to it, we said in general that we are not very big fan recently of the currencies. However, we recommended to sell if we said exactly, if you want really and you don't have any other choice, you need to join the forex market, you could actually sell, not buy the euro dollar. And the reason was because we created that series of lower lows, and we never broke a high. Okay, and that phenomena gives us a confirmation that actually we need to sell that market. And yesterday we had that sell-off. It was very powerful. However, the market retrieved back again, and it created that V-shape kind of bottom. That may have happened before. If you see this, for example, this it seems like a V shape. Okay, that seems like a V shape. However, that V shape, when it comes at the end of a trend, it is not really a good sign, because it comes at the end of the trend. It's like the hammer candlestick. If that hammer come anywhere in the chart, it doesn't have any meaning. But if it comes after a sequence of downtrending candles, that has a significant, because it might actually reverse the market. It's not a good idea to trade on that hammer. We have it here on the daily chart. if you notice with me here, it's not really a perfect hammer. It's not really a perfect hammer. That's a good hammer because the body is 30% and it's in 30% of the candle. However, if we look at that, this is a hammer, for example. This is a hammer. This is coming at the end of the trend, but the previous uptrend have been broken. Seems that I lost connection with the mouse. So if you are gonna trade, I think if we, excuse me for a second, I'll try to change the battery. Need always to have that handy with me. Perfect. So if we had a longer term uptrend and a better structure, we may actually consider this as a buy signal. However, in this case, it's a bit hard. This could be considered, that one could be certainly considered as buy signal. That one maybe not, because we didn't have yet confirmation for the uptrend, but the magnitude of this down move, the magnitude equals whatever have passed before, so that could be considered. But now there is no previous trend that I can rely upon to long the EURUSD. If we quickly jump onto the TFF to look at traders, to spy on banks, if you notice that the EURUSD now is in a sideways, that means that banks have ceased actually shorting the EURUSD. They were shorting the EURUSD for the previous few days. However, now they ceased that, so you might find a sideways movement emerge. It's a very, very alerting, because during the period while the market was declining, you would find the euro usually in the weak buy or in the strong in the weak bearish or in the strong bearish area. But now it came to the sideways. That means it's not really the best point to trade the EURUSD. If we move to the US yen, it's gonna be the same story. Look at the same formation is happening in the top. However, with the USD yen, it's a better story because it never broke a previous high. So that market should actually, if you want to join this market, you could be shorting this market. If you will. British pound is not really in a very good shape. Many people are trading this market now. I don't know why. I think it's the habit. But if you look at this is a sideways, in a sideways. Just tell me where's that. Sorry, I'm just talking about things that you cannot see. I need to get back to the chart. That's the British pound is, as I said, it's a sideways in a sideways, which is really horrible to as I'm saying, like, try to tell me where's the direction of that market. It's hard to say. USDCHF, the same thing is happening on the USDCHF. As you notice that the dollar index work as a spinal cord for the market. Whatever happens there, it reflects down into the other markets. We have in that market, we broke a previous high. We broke a previous high, so we are not really very happy to long that market, and we are not very happy to short this market. It's this is typically what I mentioned in our course, the start. And this is actually very, very important. Imagine that somebody comes to you and say to you, oh, be careful, a crash may happen or an accident may happen. Certainly you will not believe it, but once this repeats and notice that this person really knows what he's talking about, or that indicator knows what he's talking about, you will give him a higher emphasis when he says that next time when there is money on the stake, it's better to be skeptical than actually optimistic. So when I see that, I become skeptical and I'm not really happy about that market. I need to see a very strong trend happening to really join. Forex is actually asking me to stay on the bench now. I'm not really in the market for Forex. However, because we try usually to talk about places, or to find places to invest our money so we can make profit, what I would very recommend is basically the SP500. SP500 is very promising. Many people are so busy trading Forex now, and that thing is escaping from their hands. Nothing wrong about that. It's all-time high. There is no anything can catch this market. In relation to the fundamentals and what Trump does and all of that, I don't care. What I care about is this thing. It's really very interesting. If you really join it or want to join it, there are many brokers actually who provide stocks and Forex in the same time, and if you are not on that kind of brokers, you need to find yourself one, because basically that's good. If you look at the Apple, for example, that's a crazy market for about 2 weeks now. Actually, for about 2 weeks, we are saying just buy it, just buy it. You will make $1 minimum a day, up to $2 even, like every day, $2 in the stock. And just, I can tell you certainly where this market going. It's going up, but we need to be careful. It's certainty here. It doesn't mean that you just buy with all your money. Use the capital allocation. You should actually be risking 2.5% of your capital, but look at the certainty. I don't have that certainty about the Forex market the minute because of the dollar index and whatever happens, but I have certainty about Apple. Look at Tesla. You will find me talking in a different way when I'm looking at these charts. Okay, it's very obvious, and this is please the thing that I want to convey to you guys, because I had some comments saying to me, oh, you are talking about Forex, where is the Forex? Tell us where are the Forex opportunities. Actually, yes, we are doing a very powerful scan for the market. I will show you 2 or 3 opportunities in the Forex market. However, generally it is not a good market to trade, but we are not here to trade Forex. We are here to make money. So if it's in Forex, it's going to be in Forex, and certainly there are times that stocks are going to be so bad, and then you will see the Forex market in a very good trend. It happened before and it keeps happening, but now stocks are good, Forex are bad. There is nothing about this. Technicals says that losing money. Accounts are saying this as well. Like, I have loads of people saying to me, oh my god, the Forex market have turned against me and stuff like this. Yes, it's turning against you, and it's okay, because there is another market who's opening his arms for you, asking for just to dance. So Tesla here, and there are many other stocks that you can make every day. About in Tesla, you can make $4 every day, no problem, and the spread is not really high. You can get yourself a very good broker with very low commission, and things are going to be fine. Then finally, the gold. I'm gonna wrap up with gold. We said the gold is up because basically the structure, we didn't break previous lows on that time frame, on that magnitude, and we yesterday, you can go back to our analysis. We said that this is a very nice, very clean support level. If you wanted to get into gold, it has to be long, and it looks like it worked well, and the market is rallying. with this, traders, I actually come to the end of our episode today. I wanted to wrap it sweet and short. If you are visiting our channel for the first time, please subscribe. If you liked that episode, please give us thumbs up. Any other comment that you have, or any suggestion in your mind, please shoot it in the comments down below, and I will respond to whatever you will ask. And if you have any suggestion in relation to the episode, the structure, the way we presented, or even the techniques that we are using, please don't hesitate to ask us. If you have any issue in relation to understanding the way we analyze the market, as well, you can join our free course. We will speak about all these technologies, the way we trade the market, the trend, how to understand it, the reversal zones, and how to confirm that this is a good market to trade. I wish you all the best, traders, and have a pleasant trading day.